So you're thinking about joining the CoStar Group team and moving to Richmond, Virginia. We're excited to get you excited about everything our great city has to offer. As a Richmond native, I'm here to answer the question, what is it like actually living in Richmond? Today, we're compiling a list of the top questions asked to give you the ultimate guide to living in Richmond. Our first question, where should I live in Richmond? First things first, let's talk affordability. The average sales price for a single-family home in the Richmond metro area, which is made up of Richmond City, Chesterfield County, Henrico County, and Hanover County, is $521,000. Here's what a current 3-bedroom house is going for in each of those counties, as well as average rent in these counties for 1-bedroom apartments. One of the things I love about Richmond is how diverse our real estate here is. You have affordable new construction, as well as ultra-luxury custom new construction. You also have historic homes, as well as teardowns, and more modern contemporary homes in the city. You have golf course frontage and lake frontage and everything in between. Next, let's talk about the job market. According to the Wall Street Journal, Richmond has one of the hottest job markets in the country, ranked the 11th hottest market, with CoStar Group being one of the premier employers in Richmond. So what's driving all the job growth here? Number one, affordability and proximity. According to the Council for Community and Economic Research's Cost of Living Index, our region's overall cost of living is nearly 6% below the national average, and with great proximity to larger metropolitan areas such as DC, this makes this an ideal location for large companies to invest in. Richmond's only an hour-and-a-half train ride to DC or an hour-and-a-half plane ride to New York or Boston. Which leads me to my next question. What is the traffic like in Richmond? Richmond has next to no traffic. I like to say that you can get around anywhere in Richmond in less than 25 minutes or less. Like most cities, Richmond is very car dependent. However, we do have plenty of walkable neighborhoods like the Fan and Jackson Ward, where you can walk or bike to coffee shops and maybe even work. But as a whole, you'll want a car to get around town. Notably, you also have the train that runs up and down the East Coast, and we have a high-speed rail that's currently under construction from Richmond to Raleigh. Next, let's talk about schools. We have a ton of great private and public options. We have one of the best art schools and medical colleges in the entire country at VCU. Virginia State and UVA are also right around the corner. So what is there to do in and around Richmond? Richmond was ranked as the #1 city to visit in 2024. It's a huge foodie town with multiple nationally recognized restaurants like Metzger's and the Roosevelt, and we have a big beverage scene as well with 30 craft breweries on what we call the Beer Trail. If you're looking for art and history, look no further. Richmond has over 150 murals, numerous art galleries, as well as the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts with exhibits that are constantly changing. There's multiple guided tours of Richmond's historic neighborhoods. They're steeped in history around the Civil War as well as the Revolutionary War. There's also the American Civil War Museum, the History Museum, the Black History Museum, as well as the Science Museum. And if you're looking for things to do outside, we really have endless options there as well. There are festivals and outdoor concert series happening almost every weekend, like the Folk Festival, First Fridays, and Music at Maymont. But my favorite thing about Richmond is the river. You have the James River Park system with Class 5 rapids and more than 20 miles of running and biking trails. There's multiple marinas if you're looking to keep your boat somewhere, as well as guided kayak tours, rafting tours, paddle boards that are available for rent, and so much more. There are endless amounts of parks and playgrounds, the most notable being Maymont, which is a sprawling 100-acre estate in the middle of the city with waterfall trails and animals that you can feed and observe. They're actually unveiling the Virginia Wildlife Trail this fall with over 300 native and domestic animals. You also have Lewis Ginter Botanical Gardens, which is home to 50 acres of lush gardens you can walk through. We should also mention some things that are just on the outskirts of Richmond. You have numerous hikes, wineries, and fun events like polo at King Family Winery and steeplechasing at Foxfield Races. And in town, we also have Lake Chesden and Lake Anna, which is only 45 minutes away, as well as Busch Gardens and historic Williamsburg. There's the Richmond Zoo in Chesterfield, where you can actually feed the giraffes, which is really cool. And if you're up for a longer drive, there's Virginia Beach. That's only an hour-and-a-half to 2 hours away. There you'll find the beach and everything that comes along with that, like whale watching tours, deep sea fishing, parasailing, jet skiing, and dining with water views. Richmond has multiple off-leash dog parks like Short Pump Dog Park and many doggy daycares for our furry friends. So let's talk about healthcare here in Richmond. U.S. News and World Report ranked VCU Medical Center in Richmond as the best hospital in Virginia for cardiology, heart and vascular surgery, orthopedics, and rehabilitation. So what's the weather like in Richmond? In Richmond, we experience all 4 seasons, and you really can't beat the beauty of fall in Richmond. With the leaves changing and the cooler weather, it's absolutely fantastic. Richmond actually has 200 sunny days a year, which is slightly higher than the national average. The average high here in July is 89 degrees, and in January, the average low is 27. On average, we get 11 inches of snow a year, but being a southern city, even the mention of snow, you have schools and businesses closing their doors for 24 hours. We love a snow day. So that's our guide to moving to Richmond, Virginia. We hope you learned something new. Be sure to download apartments.com and homes.com to learn even more about all the great neighborhoods that Richmond has to offer.